This is what happened when a photographer's name and a single line in the Epstein files turned Tony Hawk into an unlikely conspiracy theory. On February 5, 2026, the skateboarding legend had to publicly deny getting married on Jeffrey Epstein's island, and the real story reveals exactly how misinformation spreads. January 30, 2026, brought the release of over 3.5 million pages of Epstein documents from the Department of Justice. Buried inside sat an FBI email from October 22, 2024, with a statement from an alleged victim claiming she was there when Prince Edward was there and when Tony Hawk got married on the island. One sentence, no photos, no witnesses, no evidence. The internet ran with it anyway. Tony Hawk fired back on February 5th with an Instagram post. "Here are the facts and timelines of my nuptials, and I apologize if they don't fit a narrative of nonsense." He laid out all 4 weddings. In 1990, he married Cindy Dunbar at home in Fallbrook, California, and they had a son, Riley, before divorcing in 1993. Wedding 2 came in 1996 at the Hilton Hotel in San Diego, where he married Erin Lee, and they had sons Spencer and Keegan before divorcing in 2004. Wedding 3 sparked the mess. In 2006, Hawk married Lotzi Merriam at Tavarua Surf Island in Fiji. They had daughter Cadence in 2008 and divorced in 2011. Wedding 4 happened in 2015, when he married Catherine Goodman at Adair Manor in Ireland, and they're still together. 4 different locations, none of them Epstein's Island. The name confusion. The rumor traces back to one absurd coincidence. Mark Epstein photographed Tony Hawk's 2006 Fiji wedding, an action sports photographer from Wyoming who licensed the images to Getty Images. This Mark Epstein has zero connection to Jeffrey Epstein, but Jeffrey Epstein's younger brother also happens to be named Mark Epstein.
The internet conflated them and transformed a legitimate wedding into conspiracy fuel. Hawk apologized to photographer Mark Epstein for being pulled into the misinformation vortex. Getty Images holds the wedding photos, clearly showing Tavarua Island Resort in Fiji, and the shots match other documented photos of that location. Hawk had visited Tavarua in 2004 for the Kelly Slater Invitational, giving him a legitimate reason to choose this spot. His statement was direct. He never met Jeffrey Epstein and never visited his island. This is all easily verifiable information. Facts are not fungible. Who is Tony Hawk? Born May 12, 1968 in San Diego, Hawk turned pro at 14 and by 16 was recognized as the best competitive skateboarder on the planet. By age 25, he'd won 73 of 103 professional contests and held the National Skateboard Association Vert Skating World Championship for 12 straight years, from 1984 through 1996. June 27th, X Games 5 changed everything when Hawk became the first skateboarder to land a 900, 2.5 rotations while airborne. It took 12 attempts, and when he stuck it, he said, "This is the best day of my life." He retired from competition that year after inventing over 100 tricks. Building an empire. His Pro Skater video game series launched in 1999 and generated over $1 billion across 18 titles. He started Birdhouse Skateboards in the early 90s, created Hawk Clothing in 1998, and invested early in Blue Bottle Coffee before Nestle bought it for $500 million in 2017. The early 90s brought hard times. Hawk sold a house and lived on $5 a day from Taco Bell, admitting he spent like it was never going to end, and it ended quickly. He doubled down on Birdhouse, betting skateboarding would go mainstream, and today his net worth sits at $140 million. The Tony Hawk Foundation launched in 2002, pouring over $5.8 million into more than 596 skate park projects. In 2009, he joined the Skateboarding Hall of Fame and became the first person to skateboard on White House grounds with permission.
That wedding claim is the only reference to Tony Hawk as a person in the entire Epstein document collection. One uncorroborated claim with zero evidence, yet a man who spent decades building skateboarding culture had to defend against something absurd. The facts are clear. 4 weddings with documented locations, photographic evidence, and zero connection to Jeffrey Epstein. As Hawk said, facts are not fungible. Next time something wild spreads online, ask what evidence actually exists. Sometimes a photographer just carries an unfortunate name, and that's the whole story.